Intro. Boom. Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to Basic Entertainment, and welcome to another video or live stream of our weekly spoiler review of the Falcon and Winter Soldier. But today, of course, as always, I always try to bring a special guest, and my special guest for today is Burns Review. What's up, Burns?
Hey, man, how's it going?
It's going good, going good. Great to have you on. Great to have you on, of course.
Thanks for having me, bro.
And also, too, my co-host, Shamoon. What's up, Shamoon?
What's up, my man? How we doing? I got another special guest right there.
Boo!
Everyone's favorite. Everyone loves him. He's the best. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my god.
Yeah, getting psyched to be here. This is a very interesting episode, so I'm really looking forward to discussing about it.
Very interesting is a right word to say. Of course, we got people in the chat talking Cobra Kai.
What's
Kai.
Up,
what's up?
We know what we give.
Hello there.
Of course, every time when someone pops up and says the hello or what's up, they get,
Hello there.
of course, like Cobra Kai Maniac.
Cobra Maniac, what's up, my man?
Hey.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Look reviews. Yo, what it do? Does that count? Does that count as a hello there, worthy type of comment?
No, if you had the what it do, baby, that like video, you could have popped that up.
Oh, yeah, huh?
Isn't that what LeBron said or someone else?
I think so. Yeah.
I can't remember. Hashtag not my cap.
Hashtag not my cap. That's the title of the stream,
It's no one's cap. It's
no one's cap. Yeah.
Yeah, this is as well to put you guys at unease, you know, just having him in the back there. Like,
it really has me. My blood is boiling right now.
I'm just gonna chill, sit back.
I was gonna say, Shamoon, like sometimes when you're sitting there, it looks like there's a thing on your head. It's kind of great. If you move back, like a second ago, I'm like, you got a pot on your head. Look at that.
Well, like that.
Yeah. You got the ears going out.
Wait, let me do that. I didn't even know.
Yeah.
Look like Shrek.
Man. Yeah.
Oh my god. Good. That's a good note.
Oh shit.
Maniac. Matt and Shamoon, what's up, Maniac? Shout out to
What's
you.
up?
Luke reviews. I actually enjoy the character. We'll get into it.
I did as well. Oh no, it was Kawhi Leonard. Yeah,
It was Kawhi Leonard. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Kawhi
how did I
Leonard's
get LeBron mixed up?
one. Yeah. The weird laughs like a robot.
What's that laugh? That's funny.
Shout out. Let's go Lakers. In my opinion, better.
Yes.
Episode 2 better than episode 1. Agree, but not as much. Not. I mean, it's like this. It's like
I think it is a little bit better. Like, yeah.
Yeah. It's
You know what's kind of interesting about it is that like if we've never met these characters before, I would be more inclined to like episode 1 more. But it feels like we have to like slow down. I'm like, I know these characters. We don't have to do this establishing thing. We could just get into it. So yeah, 2 is definitely better in my opinion.
Maniac, high talking Cobra Kai. I agree, Maniac. So I know they're having little conversations, and we're gonna have our own conversation too. As Luke reviews or not Luke reviews. Sorry. His recap was iconic. Let's see what Burns can do with the recap. Burns,
You gotta love to live up to.
Oh, you're putting this on me? Come on, bro.
Burns, can you live up to
just,
the hype?
just do what Luke did.
All right,
Just
go.
look at the-
Can you go back for a second? Because I can do this. I can do this for the. Go back to the first.
Oh,
one.
it's dead easy. You got this.
Yeah, I got this. All right. So just start at the beginning, and this is gonna be funny as hell.
No
All right, so all right. We got new Captain America. He's showboating. He's giving high fives. He's like, "Yeah, I'm Captain America," and he's kind of an asshat. Next photo. Next slide. This is them being like, I was gonna say you're jumping ahead. All right. So then this is like, they finally meet. They put the 2 characters together, and he's like, "What's the plan?" And he's like, "It's out." He jumps. He's like a jaded ex-girlfriend. These 2. This is them at the warehouse. I think they were sneaking up, trying to follow up on finding where the flag smashers are. I think I don't exactly remember that.
No, you're right.
Here we go.
You're right.
And then here we have the two. We have the carbon copy of Cap and Sam riding a truck, offering to give them a pickup, and they're like, "Nah, we're walk. Get out of here." You know,
Get out of here.
Get out of here. And again, there's more of that. It's like, you know, hey man, we're on your side. We should work together. And they're just giving him some stank eye, being like, "Nah, I don't think so."
And then you get the Hopkins. Oh, my name is Battlestar. Bucky, stop the car.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
annoyed him so much.
Oh my god. And then
And we totally jumped over. We totally jumped over the 18-wheeler fight too, like the two trucks with the
yeah.
that was amazing.
because that was the
photos-
highlight of the episode, really.
The photo recap today was slacking on my part, so we got to steal this.
This photo, I'm trying to. Is this like when they're trying to find like Isaiah? Maybe I'm not sure what I'm looking at here.
This is Flag Smashers.
Oh,
Flag
okay. See, I can
Smashers
barely see what I'm looking at.
Yeah. It's Flag Smashers after
It's Carly.
they got in a fight and they
Okay.
relocated, and they're kind of like running away from the government.
Right.
We get more
Gotcha.
establishment of the Flag Smashers.
Right.
And then this one is pretty much like the ending.
Therapy session.
I gotta say, man, like I major in psychology, and like not that makes me like a qualified or whatever, but like no psychiatrist would ever be like, "Yo, you two boys, get in here, interlock your knees, and then look into each other's eyes. Do some soul gazing," which
That's
is what we
kind
got
of-
going on here. And it's like, man, this scene, bro. He's
There's
like,
lots of
"Can you-"
pissed off psychologists and therapists like, that's not how it goes.
He's like, "Can you get your knee out of my crotch, please? Like, what's going on here?" Yeah, but you know what? It was a good scene in that, like, he was like, we find out that Bucky is more mad that he's like, you know, if Cap was wrong about you, maybe he's wrong about me, and that seems to
Oh,
really
man.
is grinding down on Bucky. You know, he's not jealous that he didn't get the shield. He's mad that maybe he's got his own doubts about Steve and himself and stuff like that, which I thought was kind of cool.
And let's get that right out of the way. I think that scene was one of the best MCU dialogue acting scene probably of all time. I really love the scene, man. I really like the setup for me was kind of cheesy, right? The stare down we saw in the trailer.
Yeah.
I wasn't really for it. The psychiatrist too. She's seeing like she has a lot of like TV dialogue even with the first episode. Something that I don't see her really saying. Like a psychologist would be saying that. But you get that moment with Bucky and Sebastian Stan. He freaking killed it. His acting chops showed off right there. He was like, if he was wrong about you, then he was wrong about me. I think, yeah, a little bit. It was deep, but maybe a little bit over dramatic because we know for sure Cap still cares about these guys. But right now, Bucky,
It's Bucky.
Bucky is freaking livid. He is livid seeing that guy. This what's the grandpa name? I can't even forget his name. The Up guy. No, Up.
Oh,
You got Up.
It's like Wyatt Russell. That's the actor's name.
Wyatt Russell.
I can't remember the name of the character either.
You got Discount America, right? Running around with the shield, and it's Discount Bucky.
Dollar
That
Tree
was
Captain America.
Walmart Cap.
And Bucky's mad, and I really love the episode how they start out with Bucky showing him looking at a TV. He's like,
Oh
man,
my
he just
God.
wants to punch through that TV. What's your guys' thoughts about that?
As soon as I saw that scene, I was like, nah, this is it. Bucky's like, he's gonna do so much to get that shield back. Like, he's gonna convince Sam, like, get the freaking shield back. That's literally the goal now. And
Well, there's even a scene when they're on the cargo plane. He's like, let's go steal that shield and do it ourselves.
yeah, just go.
I'm like,
Sam says we can't just go beat a guy up and steal the shield. And they make a funny reference to that. I feel like that might happen though.
like, well, you could.
yeah.
But yeah, man, Bucky's on a go for it.
No, just because I know we did kind of a recap. So like, yeah, so basically they bail him out of jail because he missed a therapy session. And then they're like kind of waiting outside and they're like, hey man, we should team up. And they're kind of like, nah, bro, we're not doing that. You know, first of all, you guys have to like stay within the lines of like the law, and we get to do stuff outside of that and whatnot.
Right.
And then very much like new fake Captain America like kind of flips a switch. He's like, well, fine then, stay the hell out of my way. And he's like, oh,
Yeah.
That was a big moment.
we're getting some like other side of this guy now.
Yeah. No, but we start off with I think Shamoon, you really love I know we keep on talking about Falcon Winter Soldier in our previous streams. You really like the Jonathan Walker character, the U.S. agent, right? Every time we brought him up, he's like one of your fan favorites. Yep, got it right there, U.S. agent. We get some development of him. Like this show starting off, guys, they're giving us a lot of layers to these characters and a lot of good motivations for these characters. John Walker is just a normal soldier, right? He was acting like, humble, and he has the right to, I'm not here to try to be Steve Rogers. I'm just trying to be the best Captain America. Right now, hashtag not my cap, but I do feel some type of sympathy over this guy. He's put in the position that I don't think no one can like handle at all. That's a big shoes to fill. And even brought it up that I'm not Tony Stark, I'm not Dr. Banner. I'm just a guy with a shield, and I'm one of the best soldiers, right? They kind of brought that up in a Good Morning America, and I feel for him. I do feel for him.
I don't think he's even got the serum yet. So like, what he's doing?
Because I don't know, man. They had to when they shot that scene, right? They showed that scene of him throwing the shield. I was like, nah, a human doing this? Remember that scene when they show the Good Morning America?
He hasn't had the serum yet.
I had that same thought too. I'm like, they picked him because he's really good with a boomerang. Right? Because that's why they picked him. Because, like, okay, he's a military guy. That's cool. And I say the same thing. Like, I don't think he's that bad of a guy. He's, like you said, he's just not our Cap. I can see them, like, the writers flipping the script, like, later down the line, being like, you know what? He's not such a bad guy if they don't go full villain. You know what I mean?
Right. Let's get to some of these comments. Maniac, Shamoon, I enjoyed your scene with Drew and Bobby.
I don't know if you guys...
Bobby
was it?
You watch Kicking It, like you understand it.
Oh yeah, I saw that a little bit. Yeah.
I've never watched it, but it's something. Apparently, it's basically similar to the show. Is basically similar to Cobra Kai, and we watched one of the episodes. Yeah, it was so funny. This dude, Bobby Wasabi, he gets me every time.
Luke reviews the new norm. Yeah, the recap section is gonna. I think I'm gonna push that now. The recap section is gonna be just like that. Great.
He's officially. It's like the MCU before and after Endgame. It's like it's forever different now.
Oh yeah,
like the recap's always gonna be different.
Cobra Kai, talking Cobra Kai. Fake Cap has the most punchable face.
It just looks funny. It's just a troll.
Yeah, he just looks pretty funny, man.
He looks way better without a mask.
Yeah,
but that angle is not good. That's just not a good angle because in the other shots he doesn't look too bad. But yeah, he does look like a knucklehead here. Like, look at him.
They gotta pin those ears back, man.
Very much so.
Oh my god, like, damn, that's the funniest part about the ears. Like,
punchable face, I will agree. Contrast with Tony giving Peter Edith. Peter didn't think Tony wanted him to have it. Sam knew Steve give it to him, but Sam thought he deserved it. Yeah, it kind of is like a little bit of that, huh? Like a little reverse on that.
Well, I mean, you can't really give it to Bucky knowing that he's like a time bomb waiting to go off with the... Like, you say 5 words and he goes back to being evil again.
The thing is, even though the whole thing in Wakanda, they helped him, get rid of that Hydra brainwashing. Bucky's... Everyone in the world pretty much knows that he was the Winter Soldier, this guy that was working with Hydra this many years, So, I think after Winter Soldier, when Black Widow released those files of Hydra, that probably included Winter Soldier. So Bucky's whole history has been exposed there too. I mean, his character is obviously going through such a tough journey. Like, he's very lonely. That's why he's having all these therapy sessions as well. But I mean, him being Cap, would people be like? They'd probably react. Funny enough, the people that are reacting to John Walker and the way he's been Cap, that's how people in the actual, civilians in the MCU would react to Bucky being Cap. Because they're like, this dude was killing people. How is he Cap? He ain't Steve. And obviously they didn't understand what him and Steve had. So it's like really deep situation. But I want to see Bucky with the shield at some point, though. But of course, Sam is the one. He's the good man, not the perfect soldier. That's why Steve gave him the shield.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you think at any point Sam will get the super serum just so he could be on an even playing field with everybody else?
That would be cool, but he would be... I
don't know about that.
He would be OP because he could fly and he has the serum. Not even Steve could fly or do that.
Yeah, but one hard punch and he's down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
He's going to be more crazy and badass because speaking of the first episode, you saw that entrance with the way he was fighting, like he looks so cool. And oh my god, imagine with the shield and then with serum. Now he's going to be so OP. He would be insane.
That is true. Maniac cleared up. Sorry, I meant to type Sam. Thought he didn't deserve it. No, it's all good. Maniac. Yeah, he it looks like Sam, even with Endgame that ends, he's like, I don't think this shield belongs to me, right? And Cap kind of tell him, no, you deserve it. Here you go, right?
Yeah.
And then you get that opening scene in the first episode. He's conflicted. He's thinking about it so much. Like, I can't do it. Now, I need this show. They haven't yet so far explained why does he feel like he deserves a shield? You know what I'm saying? Maybe some more kind of like show his insecurities about not having the shield or not wanting the shield. But I think it's kind of obvious. He just doesn't feel like he can live up to Steve. But as you brought up, Shamoon, Steve feels like he's a good man, and that's why Steve became Captain America. Because you have Discount America. He seems like a good man, but he's a really good soldier. He's a perfect soldier. He is a perfect soldier. And Steve wasn't a perfect soldier in the first Avengers. He was a little wimp, a little skinny wimp, but he had a good heart. You know what I'm saying? That was the main thing why he got the shield. But Sam follows the same line. I think episode 1 still follows that same line of why he's a good man. He really loves honoring his legacy, his family, of course, with the what was it, the business, the family owned business and stuff.
Yeah, the fishing.
Yeah. So I love the first episode, and I do love this episode even more. Cobra Kai, Maniac. So we know Sam will get the shield based off the trailer. How do you think he'll get it back? Good question. How do you guys think he will get it back? Because that shield is pretty tucked in with
I could see Bucky, whether Sam agrees or not. I could see Bucky just taking it back. You know what I mean? Like, fuck you, Sam. I'm getting that shield back.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be one of those. I don't know, because here's my prediction on Discount. I think Discount is going to fall it's gonna be a landslide of him feeling the pressure, getting overwhelmed by the pressure, and getting kind of violent. You kind of bring up Shamoon that John Walker in the comics is a little bit more of a violent Captain America.
He's brutal, yeah.
And even in this episode, I know this was kind of an eyesore, but it really isn't. He used the gun during a fight.
I saw that straight away.
And it was an eyesore. I was like, I know Cap used the gun before in the first Avengers, and then he used it a little bit in Avengers, but he never used it after that. He fights more with honor, with Winter Soldier, Backdrop. Are you just a man, or are you just a shield? And he puts the shield down. And he's like, "Let's go." He fights more with honor. I don't think this guy fights with honor.
But to be fair, Steve has no problem like throwing a motorcycle at people either. So it's like, come on, to be he's got no serum.
Yeah. The thing is, I actually think that scene was interesting because if that was straight up John Walker being brutal, like let's say he was given a situation where he doesn't need to use a gun, he was using the gun to save his partner, and he was really slick in the way he did it, and I think it's justified. But obviously, when you compare it to Steve, you're like, no, Steve wouldn't do that. But if he was given that situation, he would probably have to. But John's more like he's a practical guy. He will do what works for him. Steve will do what above and beyond what he can probably think he can do. That's the difference with him and John. John's more practical. I'll do what I need to do. That's it. None of this glorifying kind of stuff.
It was fine. He's helping out Battlestar. Battlestar was in a tough situation. But using a gun, stop the car.
Sorry.
It was a bit of an eyesore. Like, whoa. I was watching my mom. Was like, what? Captain America doesn't use guns. I was like, I mean, this one does.
Michael Hurt in the fields. His heart went.
Yeah.
But dude, to be fair, they're all super soldiers, and he's a human, and so is Battlestar. So point. It's like, they're getting their ass kicked,
Maniac. I love the scene when Bucky asked Sam, "Why do you give the shield?" Yeah, that's my favorite scene so far of this entire series. That was powerful. As a Cat fan, I really loved it. Maniac. So we know Sam will get the shield. Oh,
you said this earlier on. Oh, to actually add to that about how he gets a shield. I mean, I don't want to make too many theories up because I'm enjoying the show, but I mean, we've learned from WandaVision clearly.
Oh yeah.
I think maybe there's a possibility. Yeah, like you said, if Bucky kind of goes, F you, Sam, I kind of go and get the shield. What if John has had the serum within that time and then he gets his ass handed to him because John has the serum? And Bucky's like, how are you so strong? Like, and then Sam kind of has to help him. Like, that would be interesting. But we see Sam throwing the shield at most likely John in the trailer. And there's also a shot of John literally on his knees and he's got the shield. So that looks like there might have been, it might be like a whole Tony Stark Bucky Cap situation where they're fighting, one guy together. Like that could be the whole situation. But if John has the serum and they're both fighting him, that might be like shit. How's he got stronger? Because he got his ass handed to him against those Carly and those guys on the truck. So John clearly doesn't have the serum there.
Dude, go for it, Burns.
Yeah, I was gonna say, as far as like how he can get the shield back, it seems pretty simple. All you gotta do is that same scene again. Only next time, the new fake Dollar Tree Captain America and Black Star or whatever is it like you get the four of them fight. No, what's it called? Bright Star or something like that?
Battlestar.
Battlestar. Okay.
That's
so you get the four of them fighting the Flag Smashers again. And this time the two humans, they go down hard, man. Like, fake Captain America goes down hard. His partner goes down hard. And you just got Bucky, that the bad guys get away. Bucky and Sam
just takes this.
Yeah, he just takes it. Like, I can see a scene where they put new Captain America. They put him in the hospital. He's really badly beat up. And Bucky being like, "You're not Captain America," takes the shield and him and Sam just bolts. And you have a whole episode
see Marvel
of him
doing that. I could
you have a whole episode
of John as well.
You have a whole episode of U.S. agent over there just being in a hospital room. He's in a cast. He's healing. He's getting angrier. I can see that being a thing that Marvel does.
I can see something like that too. But I don't know, man. This show's a little bit different. This show's a little bit. It doesn't feel as cheap as damn, I don't have any more but boner. It doesn't feel as cheap as that.
Dude, you hate WandaVision now.
I don't hate it as much, but I hated that moment.
You hate it. It's like your arch nemesis.
But I will say this much: I think it only takes one screw up from this new Captain America to make it all go sideways. The first time he drops the ball,
good point.
The first time he drops the ball in a very public way, it's all going to go sideways, and that's his biggest. That's his biggest fear. So, if you lean into that, and he has a mental snap, which I think he might, based on what they're trying to lead up to, because they're very much showing that that's his biggest fear and paranoia. That might be something they lean into. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that. I'm making my prediction, my WandaVision prediction right now. I'm Mephisto level, but it's a safe one. I think he's gonna fall into sin. I think he's gonna become kind of more edgy, more he's gonna lose control. He's gonna snap any minute, and he might have some dirt on him. I feel like he might. Yeah,
I think they are gonna show that more edgy side. Hopefully, we see that next episode because we don't have as many episodes as we did with WandaVision. But you saw that bit prior to towards the end of the episode. Well, not at the end, but you know what I mean. Third act, I'd say. We had when John says, "Well, you better stay out my way." You saw his face, the way he was. That felt like the John Walker U.S. agent or the Cap that we've seen in the comics. So I think. Well, the text that Carly received, there's theories that people think that might have been John or Power. I think it would have been Power Broker. But what if John, there's some dirt on him with, he's trying to get a serum because he wants to be the best version of Captain America as he wants.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that's a good one.
I think that's a possibility. And in the comics, Power Broker gives him and Battlestar a serum. And you can see they're a liability when they're in fighting. Like they couldn't handle their own in a sense. Sam and Bucky just didn't know they were super soldiers and that strong. But if they were given a clear strategy, yes. But these guys on their own, they wouldn't be able to handle it.
Sam did know. Because Torres, which his president sadly missed, he got bodied. Bucky didn't know. That was an ambush. They really got jumped on. They jumped on them. And of course, Red Wing, he went down. One down for Red Wing, man.
I love Red Wing.
Rip Red Wing. 2016 to 2021.
Does that mean he's gonna get an actual Falcon now?
Oh yeah, huh? Nah, that's a little.
Nah. Mephisto is the Falcon. He's gonna get. We're gonna see Mephisto.
Mephisto's gonna bring back Red Wing. Calling it right now.
It is.
Talking Cobra Kai, I feel like the most lines in this episode were improvised. For example, the White Panther line. Oh yeah, they
White Panther. That would make me laugh.
That was funny. That was funny. Yeah. I think the banter, dude. Anthony Mackie, Sebastian Stan, chemistry is it's snappy, it's funny, it's straight to the point.
Yeah,
it feels realistic. It feels like two bros, kind of just messing around, doing the little jabs, and then get to business and stuff. It's great. I think the comedy so far. What do you guys think about the comedy? I think so far it
works
the
very
best
well.
way to do it. Yeah,
Anthony Mackie is really carrying it.
Yeah. and they're kind of playing more jokes off of Sam, not Sam, but Sebastian Stan's, Bucky, his staring problem and stuff, which is kind of a thing in the movies.
The little landing he has as well when he's going out, and in Red Wings, like it sounds like I got that all on video, and he's like, I will destroy that video again on my face. I love that scene.
But even like that scene never undercut the moment. They got straight to the point right after. I feel like sometimes Marvel comedy they can have a comedy and it kind of drags a little bit. Cut that a little bit. Right here, they just got straight to the point, went back, and they're like, let's get back to work. Right. Very quick, snappy, get you in, get you out.
That's definitely one thing about the show I like is the pacing. Like it's really well structured as well.
Yeah. Maniac, do you think Sam's nephew could become heroes, maybe Inhumans? That sounds like a WandaVision type theory right there.
Sam's nephew.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think there's any establishment with that, unless it's different with Isaiah Bradley. His grandson is Patriot in the comics, so if he was talking about that in that sense, but I don't know about Sam's nephews. I think that's a stretch.
Yeah,
I mean, it's possible just because it feels like there's a lot of like actors in all of the Marvel shows that have like 12-year-olds, and maybe Marvel's like waiting like in like 5 years. We're gonna bring these characters together when we run out of ideas. Maybe
Sam's nephew have an established character though in the comics. Like
they usually like to go off things from the comics, like even Battlestar's in the comics. All these characters are comics. They're tweaked up a little bit. Of course, U.S. agent, but
no, needless to say,
but I don't think so. Of course, all opinions and theories are welcome here in Basic Entertainment, so don't feel discouraged to shooting out your crazy Mephisto type theories. But
although you gave me some shit for that.
Yeah. What was the one thing? Oh, we talk about Isaiah Bradley. Now, I heard some theories that he was going to be in the show, and learning about his comic, his history in the Marvel comics is pretty interesting. He was a black soldier at the time in Vietnam, where it is racist, and they kind of outcast him as using him. They're using like black soldiers as test rats for the super serum. I don't know if it's the Zach serum from Steve Rogers. I'm not sure. It was some type of form of serum.
Well, the guy who made the serum for Cap was killed. So they've been trying to replicate it ever since, and that's why you got things like the Hulk and Abomination and stuff like that. It's been going sideways ever since. So, but Isaiah was before Cap, right?
No, he was after. It was during the Korean War. So that was early 50s, very early 50s. That's why he said he recognized Bucky as the Winter Soldier and he ripped his arm off. Just want to say, I would have loved to see that scene. Yeah, they just showed him getting not even Steve would do that. Like this Isaiah must have been a badass, and he was then in prison for 30 years instead of 17, like they do in the comics. And then they just said they were taking his blood. So what I was thinking is perhaps because it was Hydra's behind a lot of it, because Isaiah knew about Hydra, as Bucky said. Because remember when he says to Bucky about his people, he meant Hydra. So I think it's possible that they've kind of had his blood, so they were able to replicate serum similar to that. But I still don't know if that was fully explained. But it'll be interesting if they've been using him the whole time. But I like how they brought him in the story, because that's a motivation for Sam to finally become Cap, because he made that. That was a black Captain America no one knew about. And the fact he'd done all of this and he was imprisoned. So it's quite insane.
And that whole scene itself was powerful. I really loved the acting for the guy who played Isaiah Bradley.
Oh, he killed it.
He killed it. He brought some freaking layers to it, some depth, and even kind of realistic grounds to it. They play with the race issue here, and even right after. But Burns, what's your thought on that scene itself?
I thought it was good. I always like when they do a history dive into the different lore of these characters. So it's always kind of cool to see that. I don't know. I mean, do you guys think they're gonna bring him back more, or is that it? That's just
I think maybe for Sam, if he wants to motivate Sam to finally take up the shield, maybe he might. Because think about it, Isaiah's story is actually very relatable to Sam. He did something very extreme out of the norm, in what would be the most reasonable thing to do. He stole the Captain America outfit, but he represented what he truly believed in. Sam's not stealing the shield. He's been given it. He just hasn't taken up the mantle. Yeah. But I feel like he could be inspired by Isaiah's story, and maybe he just gives him some advice. And I just hope that'll be a way of doing it.
I could definitely see that. I could definitely see that. I think what they're going to do with, because it made me think of it too, is with U.S. Agent. I think it's going to be one of those things where like Isaiah could be like their mentor, and I think by the time we're done here, these two guys are probably going to end up being a mentor for U.S. Agent, because I think U.S. Agent kind of has a similar arc where they all feel insecure of like who they are and where they belong in this world, and I think you're going to see some parallels down the road between the Winter Soldier and U.S. Agent. Because like I said, I think U.S. Agent's going to mess up in a big bad way. The public's going to turn on him. And eventually, when we find a new bad guy and we have to all rally against that bad guy, Bucky might turn the switch and be like, look, man, I've been where you are. I've been the bad guy. I've been vilified. I can help you.
I agree, because I think in some sense, John Walker's quite misunderstood from their perspective. They don't really understand him. They just think, look at this smug guy. He's taking the shield, thinks he's the shit. And also, Battlestar sounds kind of cocky to them. So, yeah, when Bucky heard that name, he's like, right, that's it. I think, like you said, it has to be that moment where people start feeling sorry for John Walker, and they're like, yeah. And because there's no Steve in the comics, when Steve, he comes back as Cap, he then changes his identity to U.S. Agent. So I assume, like, he might change his costume where it's, like, red and black, and then maybe, further down the line, Thunderbolts, because I want to see like that whole storyline, because they've got so many of the characters involved in the Thunderbolts, in the upcoming projects. So like Taskmaster and Black Widow, Zemo's in this, U.S. Agent, another Black Widow, Yelena. Like they're building up to it. So like there's a lot of things there.
I think they're really gonna. No, go ahead.
It's a lot of Marvel build up. Like these little pieces turn into. Little seeds turn into some big trees. But go ahead, Burns.
No, I was just going to say, because like you said, Marvel, they have a tendency to do this too, where it's like you have all the characters on the playing board, and it seems like these two forces are going to go head to head. But we all know when we get to like the mid-season or like the final act, we're going to find out who the real bad guy is, and they're going to fucking come together and then go against the bad guy.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? It's probably going to be Zemo in some way. Right.
I think he's going to just stir shit like he did in Civil War just to break them up. I think he wants to try and break the bond, and that's the trust is something that's huge within a lot of these Marvel characters, and that's something very important. Clearly, I mean, they lost to Thanos because they were broken apart. Like Zemo calls that. If Zemo does that to John and Bucky and Sam even more, it's just going to stir a lot of stuff. And he's best. He literally caused like the whole situation in Infinity War. So. I mean, this is nothing to him. What he has to do now, like,
I have a question. Is Bucky still like susceptible to like the homecoming? Like you said, his 5 words, and then he goes back to being crazy, or did they fix that in Wakanda?
That's what I think that's what they did in Wakanda.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like back to normal. Yeah, he's back to normal.
Okay. But because when they're like, let's go see Zemo, I'm like,
Yeah, I know what you mean. Zemo might get to him. Zemo might try to get to him. He might try to pull off that trick.
Hey, Bucky, why don't you wait in the car? I'll go in and talk to him.
There's a scene in the trailer. I think the very first trailer, or this was like when they did it last year in February. They did like a trailer for the Disney Plus shows. So WandaVision, Loki, Falcon, Winter Soldier. Very small teasers, and I think like it was Bucky's got a gun and the bullets. I think that might be the same situation. Maybe he tricks Zemo. So Zemo says the words and he tricks him and he's like, you can't control me. Like, it'd be quite an interesting scene. I just want to see him like troll the shit out of Zemo. Like, you're not a smart ass anymore. You can't control me. Like, it'd be not just funny, but it'd be like a big moment for him. I mean,
I think it's kind of unavoidable though. Like, we're going to have a moment somewhere along the line where Bucky goes haywire and they're going to have to calm him down again in one way. It just seems like a thing that they're inevitably going to do. I hope it's very brief and we do it and we're done and we just go back. But it just seems like a thing that they would typically do if you're going to have Bucky as one of your main characters.
If that happened, I feel that might be like where John and like Sam maybe team up. If that was to happen, like with Bucky,
that's interesting.
That would be something I wouldn't expect. Again, that's just it might not happen. It might happen, but I'm trying to tread the water here. But like, I think. I think, like, ideally, like, it's pretty clear that we're going to see more character development with both characters. So, maybe, and I would like to see some badass Winter Soldier there. I won't lie. That scene in I think it was the first episode. Oh my god! I was like, no, this got me a flashback, but I was like losing it. I loved it.
Yeah, very much. They're playing off that spy, espionage, thriller. They're just so good at it. You know, we talked about it last week. Hey, Harry, what's his name? Henry Jackman. Go.
Amazing.
He's a freaking go. His soundtrack in the Winter Soldier, and I think he did. I don't think he did Civil War, but he's doing this, and he did the Winter Soldier's.
Yeah,
one of the two best themes.
I don't know if you've seen it. Oh,
two of the best themes or soundtracks you want to say, or what do you call them? Just soundtracks from
soundtracks.
Movies. Yeah, two of the best in the entire MCU, in my opinion. So far.
Oh, definitely, dude.
Luke reviews. He's gonna catch it like a frisbee and fly away. I think we're referring to Sam, I believe. Dude, that I'm just thinking about that. You're right, Sam. Shamoon. Sam Wilson, if he gets the serum, he's OP. I don't know if he can beat Cap in a fight though.
I mean, Steve. I don't know about Steve. But I think if he's got the air on his side and the strength, and he's got the serum, and he has a shield as well, that's going to be a good fight to watch. I'll just say that. Like,
and the little boy in me with the Cap fan, as I am, one of my, I think you want to say Captain America, Steve Rogers, Chris Evans is my favorite superhero movie. Okay. You know, cinematic hero, not the comics. You know, comics is always going to be Spider-Man, right? But Captain America in the movies. I'm such a big fan. I was just sitting right there, man. I was just so mad. I'm not gonna lie to you. Just watching Discount, dude, I was so freaking mad.
I'm as big of a Cap fan as you are, but I didn't feel like that when he was.
I feel that way,
Cap,
man.
because he said it clearly. He's not trying to be Steve. I know, he's trying to be Captain America, but motherfucker, you're not Captain America. You're never going to be. You're going to be U.S. agent. I just see beyond that. I just think all this reaction is funny.
Yeah. I give him way more slack going into episode 2 because if he was just a pure bad guy, they wouldn't have taken a moment of him in the locker room, giving him a backstory, showing like they're definitely going somewhere with this. He's just not a bad guy. Do you know what I mean?
No, he's not cartoony at all, and I respect that they have some layers in there. He is actually a human character. But, the fanboy in me, I was telling myself when they're fighting the highway, I was like, Steve Rogers' Cap would have bodied everyone. This guy right here, he needs help and all this stuff. Now, Cap would have rocked through these guys, right? The Flag Smashers, which the Flag Smashers, let's get into them. What's your guys' thoughts so far on the Flag Smashers?
I do like them, but they kind of feel like Hydra all over again in a sense. Like,
right.
They liked it when the snap happened. They liked that world. Like, I'm pretty sure Hydra would as well, because they would just want to take it over or just, plot as they would. I think they're good, but like, see, the thing is, Flag Smasher was one villain in the comics, I believe. Yeah. So they've gone a different route. It's a movement. It's like protest. It's like a bunch of people working together. So they've kind of made him like Hydra in a sense. Like maybe they just wanted you to feel like, yeah, it is like a Hydra, but it's something different. And it's more of like they're on the run. They're not secretly the government. Or supposedly, but like I do like them. I just think we don't really get a lot of them on them at the moment. Although we did get that moment like where they are escaping on the plane and stuff. But yeah, but I want to see more. Obviously, like I'm not entirely sure on what I feel.
Yeah, Burns.
They seem kind of like almost too obvious to be like the main villains. Like either maybe somebody is puppeteering them, maybe there's more to them than we really know. It's kind of too early to tell. It just seems a little too obvious to make them the big baddie at this point,
Very much so. Even with the chick, forgot her name, but I remember watching her in Solo. Yeah, her. She seems like kind of hesitant. It looks like watching I don't know who it was, but he's taking that bullets right at the end, and he's kind of like, oh wow, like someone just died. This is getting kind of serious. So she might be kind of like the human in there, kind of like, because everyone else is hooked in. Everyone else is they're in the beliefs. All the beliefs are towards this, right? But she's kind of like, maybe we are doing too much, right? But I do like the fact that they changed up the Flag Smasher character, right? Sometimes in the comics just doesn't really pan out in the movies, right? It really won't work. I think this works perfectly because I do like the sense that, yeah, maybe some people did like it when it was blip, right? They kind of brought that up in a game. It's like, the shore, it's clean, right? It's everything's all fresh and clean, and the scene when Steve was talking about to Natasha, I do feel like that's a realistic take of how some people did enjoy when there was 50% less of humanity. So
and that's the point. Like it did make sense. His reasoning to do all of what he did was very logical. Like he literally said the hardest actions or whatever require the strongest wills. So like that's
I do have a question. Maybe you guys remember because I can't remember right now. That bit about, hey, these Flag Smasher guys, they liked it before the blip or after the blip. They don't like that everybody came back. Is that something that we ever heard from them directly, or is that just something that we've heard from like people talking about him?
That's I think Torres talked about it. Torres in the first episode was like, yeah, these guys are, you know, terrorists. They're they like the world what it was before the blip during those 5 years, and they wanted to go back. How do they want to go back? I'm not sure. Maybe bank robbery. I don't know. It's something.
Good luck. You gotta get the stones back.
Yeah. I'm trying to get back the stones. I don't know. I don't know what they're trying to do to get it back to normal. I think Flag Smashers right now are kind of just there. You know, right now at the moment, they're not really developed as clear. But here's one thing, right, with this show that it's kind of hard right now is that it cinematically looks beautiful. It looks like I could watch this in the movie theaters, but you can't forget this is a TV series. They're gonna span it out the entire episode, the entire season. They're not gonna give you everything in one episode. They do their best of giving you a lot of things in one episode. Not like, you know, some other shows. Let's have a cliffhanger in the end. They give you the cliffhangers, but they still give you a pretty good meal in each episode, right? You still get some development, some action, some acting, you know.
Which I kind of like in a certain way, because if this was a movie, we would have gotten in the trailer scenes from like Act 3, and we would kind of know where it's going. This is kind of fresh. Like you don't every week we're talking about like U.S. agent and Flag Smasher, so I like that. Yeah, it's different.
It's pretty much different. It's still kind of like I gotta readjust because this is new for Marvel Studios. For, you know, something like The Mandalorian, that was kind of their thing, right? There's those movies. I don't know how you feel about the movies, right? Burns, the Disney Star Wars movies, they don't like it. So Mandalorian was kind of like, it was a much needed kind of start for them. Disney Plus Marvel is little bit. I'm still trying to get used to it. But so far
the new Star Wars movies. Oh God,
yeah, the Disney. Yeah.
Right there. That's not the angle I'm trying to go
for. No, I know what you mean. The new Star Wars movies are very like lukewarm to me. I'm kind of like, but the Mandalorian. I love the Mandalorian.
Yeah,
it's the best way to put it.
Oh, it's not working. Oh, it doesn't matter. I'll leave it like that.
Marvel Studios so far, because we have some hits in the movies, but this is totally brand new, right? Talking Cobra Kai.
Yeah, it's very new.
Do you think fake Cap sidekick will end up being a villain? Battlestar, he might. I have a feeling he might die. To be honest with you.
You know, a lot of people were saying
that would be awesome.
Well.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, I think John's got quite a tragic backstory. You know what? I can't actually remember. I think it might be something on them lines. Well, I know he loses family. Like he has a wife that dies. Maybe they kind of show a bit of his, well, not wife, but that girl at the start. I don't know her name. Right. What if something happens to her? And maybe that's part of him being like dodgy and not clean as people think he is. That are like, oh, he's a new Captain America. Maybe that will bring out the brutal side to him. And if his partner dies, he's gonna go full on crazy. And I think someone like Zemo, comes in, could easily manipulate someone like that. He could be like, I could get you the serum if you do this for me. Like, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could definitely see U.S. agent making a lot of bad decisions with the idea of like the ends will justify the means. I'll make some bad decisions now, and then I'll be a good guy later, and then it just never comes to.
Right. Yeah. So I was confused after Endgame since we never saw Cap die, but
they never referred to it.
But in episode 1, he doesn't really say. Yeah, they didn't refer to it. I think right now he's just in a resting home, maybe. Getting some bad service he's in space, getting some bad service at a nursing home.
Well, here's what I think. So, you know, in Far From Home, when they kind of show you that funny little intro of like the little tribute they put to like Vision, Cap, Iron Man, basically all the Avengers that died. Yeah, Tony, of course. And either they think he's dead, but there's no Sam and Bucky and Hulk are the only guys that know he's alive, or supposedly, well, we know that he's alive. So, I feel like he's just maybe in the back. And I think, I don't know if you said this, Matt, last week, or someone, or Luke said this, or someone else completely, that he could be part of like he could just be in the sword base and chilling with Fury, but just as an old man. Because, like, what is he actually going to do, like, on Earth? Like, let's be real.
You know what? Thinking about it now, like, I think, this is a theory of mine. Obviously, Sam and Bucky know that he wants his privacy. They all know, like, hey, listen, if I had to guess what happened, they probably told the public that, hey, we sent him back to give the stones back. He just never came back. You know, we hit the button. He never popped up. He's just gone. The stones are back, but we don't know where he is. He's probably dead. Whatever. Do you know what I mean? Right. They're not going to blow up his spot and be like, oh, he's in this nursing home. If you want a photo with Captain America, just stop by the lovely nursing home and he'll be like,
nursing home would be like kind of too like, it'd be like too like obvious, I think.
Right.
I would like to see Steve. I mean, obviously, I would love to see him appear in this because, like, whenever I watch the show, I'm just like, they're referencing all these Captain Americas, but where the hell is Steve? But like, you know,
right. I can see Steve on a farm, and he's like a grandpappy. He's got like 5 kids and 30 grandkids now. It's great.
Right.
One
all
thing,
those years put in work.
One thing I've always wanted to see is Steve and John Walker together on screen because, like, John has a lot of respect for him. And he even changes his identity for Steve, but we're never going to see that now, I don't think, because Steve's story, like you said, he wants privacy. That's a way of showing him that he doesn't need to be in the show.
Right.
I don't know if he would tell the thing about. I don't know if they would go public about the Infinity Stones and sending him back in time because then
blow people's minds. I mean,
yeah,
it
time travel.
Aliens,
unless villains find out about this, that's a way of probably. But it's kind of like a bit of a weak reason for them to explain his absence. Like, he had to do a time heist. He has to go back and put the Infinity Stones that the big purple guy used to destroy half of these people. I don't think people are mindful. Again, it's like Chinese whispers. They're getting told different versions of what happened. Yeah. And they still don't know how the whole blip situation even happened. So yeah, it's like that.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Later on down the line.
Or maybe Chris Evans will not sign on to this. It could be that. It could just be that.
But the public must know a little bit, right? Like, in WandaVision, they kind of talk about it a bit, right? Or at very least, what's that girl from Two Broke Girls? What was her name? Darcy. She seems to know a lot about what happened with the blip and what came back. Like, she knew Jesus was dead. That's a good point. That's a good point. They watch the movies.
Dude, that was the biggest problem with that.
Oh my God, Thanos!
They're referencing things. Oh, Captain Marvel was fighting this, and then Vision and Wanda had this moment. Infinity War. It's like, bro, did you watch like the Blu-rays or something? Like, whoa,
that's a point you made.
I hated that.
Matt. Like, how do they know about every little detail? Like, did someone literally did Louise go to everyone and just be like, all right, so this is what happened? And he just kind of produces everyone.
Fake Cap ears is Mephisto. Oh my God! Wow.
Oh my God! You see that red? You see that red?
Never rule it out, guys. Never rule it out.
Mephisto. That's Mephisto.
Mephisto's gonna come, but not in here. Not in here. TCK. Definitely. Look, reviews. Think we gotta ask the question. Think we gotta ask the question every week. Who will Burns fight? Oh, this is actually a good little segment for our special guest. Who would you rather fight, Bucky or Sam Burns?
I mean, Bucky's got that arm, so like probably not Bucky. I mean, are we talking? I mean, but I imagine he's gonna have the wings, right? Sam's probably gonna have the wings.
Let's set the rules. All right, they're full strength. Sam has his wings. Sam got red wing too. Let's count in red wing. Bucky arm. That's it. That's all. That's it. And you're fighting them. You can't reason with them. You just fight them.
I think I'd rather fight Bucky in a weird way.
Wow.
I don't know. Yeah,
I said this as well, but I have to change my decision.
I like Sam, man. I like Sam. I think Bucky needs to like stop moping about sometimes. And like, I wouldn't mind slapping him across the face and telling him to get with it. Like Sam is like, I can relate to Sam, but like Bucky, I'm like, dude, can you like snap out of it? Come on, we need to go and get to work here. So I would get my ass handed to me. Either way, but I'd rather take a swing at Bucky. I think.
You said this last time. Yeah. About the like just so as I remember, I remember you said Bucky has a vibranium arm and put you in a coma. But the thing is, I realized he's got the freaking serum, so he's going to be way harder to fight. Because look at how he was running to get to the van. I mean, the track. I was like, he has the serum, so I wouldn't want to fight him if he has the serum. I would fight Sam because of that. But I thought Sam was, they're going to whip your ass. Like, Sam's flying around, like, kicking you, coming in. How you going to stop that shit, you know?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. True. Like, if you're asking me, like, as far as, like, who do I like more and, like, who would I rather not hit? But if you're asking me as far as, like, the laws of physics, yeah, it's probably a better idea to fight Sam. Because if you fight Bucky, A, he's got that metal arm. And there's been so many times in the MCU where I've seen Bucky, like, not pull back. He would just start crushing your neck and not stop. Yeah. So probably not the best way to go.
I don't know, but if you're Torres, though, get some couple licks in there, and you'll be fine FaceTiming Sam in a couple minutes. So Torres, I'm saying around, Torres better than Jimmy Woo. I like Torres, man. I really do like Torres. But Jimmy Woo is he's pretty OP. Luke reviews. We got that. Maybe get a tally going. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Gonna go through these streams once again and tally them up. Wish I could stay longer, but I gotta go. Thanks for answering my questions. Good talking to you, Matt, twice in a day. Shamoon, probably will see you on the next stream.
Yeah, sure, man. I always see him in my like other channel and stuff, so I'll definitely see him soon.
Shout out to Maniac. Bill Boo. I think this is the first time in the channel. If not, it always welcome new faces and stuff. Do I want to punch John Walker in the face? Yes. Do I want to punch Wyatt Russell in the face? No. That is a good point. Wyatt Russell, he's pretty good. I saw him in that one movie, Overlord. J.J. Abrams produced. He was pretty solid in that. Not a bad actor. Pretty good choice. But as he's kind of now his legacy, it's just like that image right there is gonna make me kind of like get triggered every time I even see him.
But that's why he's good as the
that's
role.
why he's good. And that's not. I'm not saying that.
Hate him.
Yeah. I'm bringing it as a good thing because it's one of those type of characters that you're meant to hate. You know what I'm saying? You're meant to be kind of like, what? We're growing up with Steve Rogers, Captain America. So it's kind of like it is very much like, whoa, what's going on here, right?
When I saw that scene in the end of the first episode, I didn't think like, man, those writers at Marvel are screwing up. I thought they're trying to get this reaction out of me. So I'm not like that.
Right. That's why
I'm like, come on.
Yeah. That's why I wasn't so reactive when I saw him. I was like, I'm just gonna enjoy seeing people go, "Oh, he's not Cap. Why are you trying to replace him?" Just all these overreactions made me laugh. Like, I mean, you can clearly see that some people don't know the comics. They don't know.
They know
about the character. They just bandwagons. Like a bunch of people that don't know the character. But yeah,
right. But I think it's funny. I think that's positive. That is a positive. The writing here makes you love this antagonist. It makes you hate the. Love the protagonist and make you hate the antagonist. It's
you're supposed to look at him and go, "What the hell is that?" That's what I love.
You're
Props to them to cast someone that has that vibe. Because funny enough, Wyatt Russell auditioned for Captain America back in the day. Can you imagine if he became Captain and then Chris Evans was US agent? Like, imagine the twist of that. Like,
I've got a new question for you guys. Maybe you can use this every episode because it might change. As of the end of this episode, who do you want to have the shield by the end of all this? As of right now. And this might change from week to week. But as of right now, Mephisto.
I'm going with Sam.
Isaiah Bradley.
No, Torres. No, but if we're being serious here, Sam Wilson deserves it. I do like his character. Even in this show, that first episode gave me so much. We kind of talked about the establishment. Yeah, he's pretty established pretty well, but he still was a sidekick. You know what I'm saying? He still was kind of like the side thought, the underline. He was still good, but he was still like, But in the first episode, they did a good job of exploring him as a main character. And also to Bucky in this one. So I got to go with Sam.
What do you guys feel? Like, okay, Sam gets a shield. I think it's going that route, clearly. But what do you think is going to happen with Bucky further down the line? Because, like, with his storyline, like, I feel like they have to have a moment where he is Cap. Like, that's something a lot of people want to see. And I know Sam's going to be Cap next. He was given the shield. So he has to, like, live up to it. But, like, what do you guys feel the future is for Bucky as a character?
Burns?
I mean, it really depends what they do with Zemo. Like, if they decide to make him the Winter Soldier again, like, pure evil. Or, which I don't really see that being a long-term thing. I don't think he's going to be... I don't think he's going to be Captain America. I think on a long enough timeline, they're probably going to turn the script around where it's like U.S. agent is your new Captain America or Sam. I don't see them giving it to Bucky.
See, I would like to see, like, perhaps with Bucky, you know how, like, Battlestar, he's got, like, uniform is very connected to U.S. agent's uniform. I would love to see maybe, like, a partnership with Sam and Bucky where, like, Bucky sort of wears the uniform and then obviously like Sam is Captain America. It would be like kind of cool if it went that way. But he's also like the White Wolf, so I don't know if they'll kind of embrace that side to him. But I really don't know what they're going to do with this character after this series. Like, it's hard to tell, you know. Like Sam, they've got a clear direction. Captain America.
Is there
kind of the leader in Avengers in a sense?
Is there any confirmation of what the future is for these two characters after this? Is there going to be a series 2? Are they going back into the movies?
That's the question we all want to know, I guess.
I think the creator of the show says that they would love to do a season 2, but I think it's kind of obvious if they do end up doing another Avengers movie, Captain America will be played by Sam Wilson. And I said last week too, Shamoon, I don't know where is Bucky's endgame after this show, right? Where does he go after this? Pretty interesting for him. But I do like Bucky. I kind of always was a guy, you know, me and AJ, me and him had like the exact opinion. We kind of feel like Bucky, being a solid character, he didn't have that much depth to him, right?
No,
he was just
really
a guy. He kind of just became a assassin. Not much meat to him. But right here in this episode, for me, it is a little bit of more of that aggression, but he's still showing emotion. And another great thing was of course the acting by Sebastian Stan. Luke reviews. Go for it.
No, I was going to say real quick, we do know that he's got history in Wakanda, and Black Panther 2 is coming down the line. I can see them bringing him back there at some point, but I don't know.
Yeah, they could probably do something like that. As of course, he even made a reference here, the White Wolf. Maybe dons a costume like that. That'd be pretty cool.
That would be badass if they did that.
Right?
Yeah.
If he's in the Black Panther 2 movie as well, like that would kind of fulfill like not having Chadwick around in a sense. Like you have someone else as well, like Bucky. Like I would love that.
I would love to see them do like a Civil War thing where they bring like a lot of characters into it to try to fill that void. That'd be cool.
Yeah,
that would be cool.
We sent the stones back. The public, hold up, y'all got time travel now. They just don't got time travel, Luke. They got some different multiverse time travel. There's different realities of us. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Luke reviews. End of the series. At the big recap, we can all come back with a final answer.
Oh yeah, Luke does the big recap for the finale.
Oh yeah. Yeah, man, that's gonna be a sight to see. Talking Cobra Kai, I'd rather fight Bucky. Just say those random words that trigger his mind. I don't know if that would trigger him.
He's not triggered anymore, so like it wouldn't work. He would just laugh at you and then punch you with his vibranium arm, like
basically, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, well, but we're gonna see when Zemo comes in. As of course, we saw the review at the end. Zemo, it was like a nice little Silence of the Lambs moment, right? Zemo, his introduction. Can't wait to see Zemo. I freaking love Zemo. I think honestly, to be honest with you, Colin, right now, he is the best MCU villain, and I think this show is gonna make a clear runner why he is the best MCU villain. Colin, right now, that's a hot take right there. I know a lot of people love their Thanos and their Killmonger.
I think Thanos is just, if you compare him and Zemo, just to quickly compare it, like Thanos had way more impact in the way he was introduced, whereas Zemo is kind of like, okay, he's done something great, and you're not really thinking he's capable of that. Whereas Thanos, you're like the expectation of what he can do as his character. You know, he's going to do crazy things. And well, they both succeeded. So they're both good villains. It's just that I know Zemo's like got way more of like he doesn't have a simple goal. It's very, very, I want to just cause havoc in more than one way. Thanos is, all right, balance the world. Okay, cool. It is very complex. It's very driven in that sense. But Zemo does have a lot of crazy things about him that I think we'll probably go into in later episodes.
Yeah. I love Zemo. I think it's I just like villains where they don't punch you. You know what I'm saying? They play more mind games, physically, you know, like Joker, like he's one of those type of guys, intimidating. Right? Batman has a crap ton of villains just like that. So I do like that quite a bit. Luke reviews. I mean, which guy we rather fight? I've come to a conclusion. Oh, yeah, we're gonna have to get to that for your big answer. But of course, that's gonna be an ongoing thing. As another ongoing thing in this show is our highlight moment. Starting out with Shamoon, what's your highlight moment of this episode?
This is I mean, there's so many big moments. Like I still don't even know which one to choose. But like, I mean, I think just I love the way they introduced the character. It wasn't like the typical, oh, this guy's an asshole. Like they straight away give you some sort of depth to his character. And this is, I mean, the fight on the I think Burns, you said this earlier on, the fight on the trucks, that whole thing was pretty nuts.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a moment on the truck. It might seem minor, but I just thought it was super cool in seeing the way. So John Walker throws the shield, and Bucky catches it, and he gives him this look where he's like, he doesn't. It doesn't even say anything. It's just such a moment where he's holding it, and he just takes the shield. It's like he's just reminiscing of that should be Steve, and I think that was quite impactful. I'll probably go with that.
That's a good one, Burns.
Yeah, I have to agree with him that the whole truck scene was probably the highlight of the episode. As far as like, because I'm trying to think, like, it was a good episode, but like
that was a
good
like scene.
And I do like the finale where they kind of or close to the finale when they're doing the steering contest, and like they kind of talk a little bit about how he's like, well, if he was wrong about you, he was wrong about me, and kind of stuff. And Isaiah, I mean, that was pretty decent too, but I'd probably go with the finale with the therapist scene, because that kind of brings the two characters together. We kind of know where they're at together, and we get a little bit more about Bucky and kind of leading the tracks for where the show's going to go. So I'm going to go for that scene.
I have to agree on that. You know, the highway scene of the truck was awesome. The camera work was great. Isaiah Bradley it's a close one because that acting.
That's a very good one. I would have probably chosen that if it wasn't the truck thing.
And then
there's so many.
Also, of course, the stare down at the end. Loved it. Honestly, that was heartbreaking. You know, the music came in right in, and Jackman came in pretty good with the theme. Just I think that was the best moment of the show right now at the moment. Great acting from Sebastian Stan. It's great. It was great stuff right there, and it kind of hashed it out. As you said on Burns, we're kind of now we know where these two guys are going, right? With the like going against US Agent and they're dealing with so much stuff now. You got Zemo, Agent,
we haven't even
a lot.
We haven't even gotten to what's that girl's name? She's like
Sharon Carter.
Yeah. What was it?
Sharon Carter.
Yeah. We haven't even gotten to her yet, so that's gonna be a whole other wrinkle.
She was a good character as well, and like, I'm curious where she's been the whole time, because they said she went. Sam said that I think after Civil War, like the whole situation. She was kind of going underground basically, but like with the whole final stuff, I'd love to see like maybe the initial reaction she had when the snap happened, because she wasn't involved in stuff in that situation. So that's going to be an interesting one.
I am pretty interested how they're going to introduce Zemo and Sharon Carter, and that's pretty much like the characters is confirmed to come back. But of course, to end out the show, we're going to have our final grades starting with let's go with Shamoon. What's your final grades for this one?
I think last episode I gave an A, right? And technically, because this was better.
Dial that one back.
I don't know. The thing is, I want to give this an A plus, but like I don't know. I'm kind of feeling the same A, but screw it. If this is the one episode I give an A plus, I'm gonna give it an A plus because I really liked it. There wasn't really any criticisms for it. It was like really good episode. So I'm gonna do the honor of being the first person that's given an A plus for an episode.
Wow, A plus from Shamoon Reacts.
Crazy.
Burns.
Hey man, I'm gonna give it a B plus because without comparing it to anything else in the MCU, it was good, but I don't think there was anything spectacularly classic about it that made me go, wow, it really resonates. They really nailed it. It was enjoyable, but it's kind of an in-between episode. I'm going to go B plus.
And we actually have a grading in the chat comment.
You got the automation.
I'll give it a solid A again. Really getting invested now. So here's my time for giving out the final grade on this episode. So last episode, I give it an A minus. Really like the stuff, like the character moments. Here, very much so. Love the opening. I really love when Marvel Studios do these cold openings, right before the intro. They give you like a little bit, and then boom, cold opening, and I like the episode. I don't know if you guys noticed too, but they're playing. Remember in
the theme.
Yeah, there you go. The theme in the first Avengers when Cap is doing that propaganda commercial stuff.
Yeah,
they're playing this funny band. They were kind of doing a little bit of that, right? In the drums and the band and all that stuff. So that was great. His introduction was great, even though I want to punch him in the face so much. Sam and Bucky, their chemistry is awesome, on point. Action is great. A lot of character moments, a lot of meat in here. Isaiah Bradley acting in Sebastian Stan was phenomenal, and they're hyping up Zemo. They give us that little scene of Zemo, right?
Just a taste, man. Just a taste.
Just a taste right now for Zemo. So all in all, this was a great episode, better than episode 1. I'll give it a solid A. And Talking Cobra Kai gives it an A-. All right, man. That was pretty much it for episode 2. Before we head out, let's get out our plugins. Burns reviews.
How's it go, man? I'm Burns reviews across the board. So Instagram, Letterboxd, Snapchat, Twitter, and of course right here on YouTube. Burns reviews. We do early movie reviews and explains every single week. Go check it out.
Of course, check them out. All links in the description below.
Yes, thank you.
Got you. Shamoon.
So you guys can find me at Shamoon Reacts on YouTube or my Instagram. I'm doing a watch party for the next episode, so if you guys want to check that out, that'll be this Friday for Falcon and Winter Soldier. And yeah, if you guys like Cobra Kai, then please check out my Cobra Kai channel at Cobra Kai Nation. But again, it's been super fun talking to you guys. It's good to meet you, Burns.
You too, brother.
Looking forward to the next one.
Of course, anytime. These two guys, this was a great stream. Of course, Talking Cobra Kai, great stream, guys. This was awesome. Cannot wait to do this again. You guys can, of course, follow me here on Basic Entertainment. You guys are already here, right? So go ahead and follow me here. Follow my Twitter. Follow my Letterboxd. I actually put that in the description now. You guys can follow that. And also to follow my Instagram account. Daily news on movie news. You know, your big blockbusters. You know, a lot of delays and all that stuff, right? Rumors, all that stuff. You'll get at Basic Entertainment as I try to get the news as fast as possible with some nice little edits here and there. But yeah, guys, that's our stream. Thank you guys for watching. We are out of here. Make sure you guys stay positive. Deuces.